Two different definitions to probability. Let us see the difference between the experimental and theoretical approach with the help of examples. The statistical or empirical or the experimental probability is based on past data, while the mathematical or classical or the theoretical probability is based on a defined set of possible outcomes. The definitions. Statistical probability is defined as a number of trials in which E has already happened upon the total number of trials because already the experiment is conducted. While the mathematical probability is defined as the number of outcomes which are favorable to the occurrence of E upon total number of possible outcomes of the experiment. Next difference, in the statistical or experimental probability, it is obtained after conducting the experiment, so it is sometimes called posterior probability. While in the mathematical or theoretical or classical approach, the probability is determined before conducting the experiment, so it is also called a priori probability. Statistical probability is inductive in nature, and here it is not necessary that the events are equally likely and finite, while the mathematical probability requires the trials to be finite and they should be equally likely. So the difference would be clear if we take an example. For example, if you roll a die 100 times and you get 15 sixes in these 100 times, the statistical probability is defined as 15 upon 100. While for the mathematical definition, you don't need to carry out the experiment. You know that since all the numbers on a die have a equal chance of appearing, they are equally likely. So the probability will be 1 upon 6. Examples, a weather forecast based on previous data is an example of statistical probability, but the probability that a number from 1 to 100 is divisible by 5 is 20 by 100. This is an example of classical or mathematical probability. Finding the probability of a person having a certain height, it requires analyzing the large data sets of height, which is an example of statistical definition. While suppose if you're having a multiple choice question and having 4 options A, B, C, D, then the probability of guessing the correct answer would be 1 by 4. This is an example of mathematical definition. Subscribe to the channel for many such interesting math videos.